Well, John Hudson is a senior reporter at Foreign Policy magazine and joins us now from Washington, D.C. Good to have you with us, John. So the Obama administration has said that it's reviewing its support for the Saudi-led coalition in Yemen. How serious is that, do you think?
I mean, it's a big move. They have tried to avoid any sort of public confrontations over this, although they've been increasingly under pressure from members of Congress who are increasingly skeptical that this Saudi-led coalition is something that the United States should be taking part of. Now, it's still unclear what types of support they are going to stop providing if they do finish this review and decide that some support needs to be pulled. Obviously, they've partaken in aerial refueling and some aspects of logistical support. So we'll see what ends up being pulled out, if anything at all.
Yeah, indeed. But I mean, Ban Ki-moon has accused the Saudi-backed coalition of killing civilians, targeting civilian infrastructure. He says evidence has been mounting that, the Saudis could be committing war crimes. I mean, surely the US doesn't want to be associated with that.
Oh, it's absolutely something that is very uncomfortable for the State Department and the White House. And it's also created some internal turmoil inside the State Department, with State Department lawyers raising concerns that the U.S. could be somewhat held accountable for some of its support. Meanwhile, others in the Middle East Bureau of the State Department actually supporting and wanting to stand by Saudi Arabia because it is such a long-standing ally. That comes from a Reuters report that came out earlier this morning.
Yeah, I mean, you were saying that, there'll be some consideration over what, if anything, the US withdraws. If it does withdraw some kind of support for its Saudi allies, how is that going to affect their security partnership elsewhere, do you think?
I mean, that absolutely depends. I mean, to some extent, they haven't been, the Gulf allies of the United States have not been contributing as much as some in Washington would like when it comes to the war against ISIS in Syria. And some have said that's because they've been consumed with this battle in Yemen. It was also said that, and none of this has been confirmed, though, that there's been some sort of quid pro quo where the United States would look the other way when it came to Yemen in exchange for Gulf support for the Iran nuclear deal. Obviously, the Gulf allies have not been a major obstacle when it comes to the Iran nuclear deal. So on that end, there's probably not going to be any more problems because that deal has gone through.
John, good to speak with you. Thank you very much indeed for your thoughts there. John Hudson, live from Washington, D.C.